in the vocation in which we are called. And it's not about what you feel like you want to be able to do, but it's what God called you to do. Humble yourself. That's why the Bible said, if a man ways please God, even his enemy will be at peace. I'm like, you have any Bible readers in here?
Amen.
When a man ways please God, even his enemy will what? Be at with what? Be at peace with who? The Bible said, when a man ways please God, even his enemy will be at peace with him. So if even his enemies will be at peace with him, that means if you're standing out of lane and you're not walking in the lane that God has summoned you in, then that means your ways does not please God. So the hell that you're going through, it's not because God did not call you. It's because you're not standing in the lane that God called you to be in the first place. And if you're not standing in the lane in which God had called you to be in, then that's the reason why you're having problems now. Whoops. Ouch, I feel like I'm stepping on some toes here. This won't have anybody understanding what I'm trying to say. I need some Bible believers that can stand with me to let me know that yes, you're actually preaching truth. The thing is, you have a lot of chiefs in the church and you do not have any followers. That is a problem. Listen, when there's too much head, anything with two heads is a freak. You can't come and tell me two heads is good. No, there's only one head. When you check a man, when God created man, he created you with one head. So don't come inside the house of God talking about it's okay to have two heads in a church. The devil is a lie. Because listen, the leader must follow the voice of God. When you have two different people, that's two different opinions. God is not talking to you. That's right. How can God have confusion in the house of God? The Bible explains to you that confusion is of the devil. Confusion is of the devil. So how can it be of God when you have confusion in the church? And when there's confusion in the church, it means the church needs to start praying and starts realizing the confusion. The Bible said that even when David's family was stolen and was caught in captivity, and the man rose up against David, there was a confusion spirit that was summoned right there. But David realized that there was a confusion spirit. And when he realized the confusion spirit, he said, go for the ephod. And he told the priest, shall we pursue? And the Lord said, pursue. It's time for the church to realize when a confusion spirit comes in the church, it means that the enemy is trying to destroy. Anytime there's a confusion spirit that summons in the church, the enemy is trying to destroy. That's why the deacon and deaconess board got to be careful. The evangelist board has to be careful. You see, that's why the reason why the clerical board needs to be careful. That's the reason why you have praying mothers and missionaries that they need to be careful. Because the Bible said, for they crept in unaware. The Bible explains to you, beware of dogs, for they will bite. That's why the Bible said, for there are wolves in clothing. You have to be very mindful in who's sitting next to you in the church. You have to be mindful what they're talking about to see if it's God. And if it's not God, then it's time for you to cut that conversation off. And if you realize they're coming with the same conversation over and over again, that means they're not of God, but they come to spread propaganda in the church. And they come to try to destroy the house of God. And it's time for the church to take a stand when the enemy comes in like a flood. The Bible said that the Spirit of the Lord set a standard. But the problem is this: when there's situations in the church, folks ready to run out of the church.
Yes.
You don't have anybody that knows how to pray anymore. They forget about that it was the church who helped them in the first place. They forgot about it was the church who prayed for them and they were healed and delivered. They forgot that it was the church when they needed somewhere to stay. It was the church who provided a roof over their head. When they were in a depression state and at the lowest point, it was the church who prayed them through and encouraged them to hold on. But as soon as there is an opposition in the church, that's when they are ready to run out and they're ready to also join the side to destroy the church. There's a problem that's happening in the church. And it's time for us as brethren to realize and understand that the enemy comes in to kill, steal, and to destroy. But I love the other part of the Bible. If you read down just a little bit more down in the scriptures, it says, "For I have come that you might have life and have it more abundantly." It's time for us to realize that God has called us for a purpose. And listen, there's a